Hey everybody! Today I'd like to show you a few variations of one of my absolute favorite knives ever made, the Spyderco Aqua Salt. Unfortunately, these two that I'll be showing you have been discontinued for several years and are still discontinued, but Spyderco has finally brought back the Aqua Salt this year with these two new all-black models. The Aqua Salt is part of Spyderco's Salt line of knives, which all use H1 steel, which is completely rust-proof. And by completely, I mean it's physically impossible for these knives to rust. And I love that because I have several other really expensive knives that I've used in a little rain or snow, and they've developed rust really easily. So it's really nice being able to use these knives in any condition and not have to baby them or worry about them rusting. To get a little more specific, when making H1 steel, they use nitrogen instead of carbon. It's carbon that reacts to chloride and causes rust, whereas nitrogen doesn't react to chloride, so that's why H1 steel can't rust. H1 is a fairly soft steel, but it's actually a work hardening steel, which means the more that you sharpen it, the harder the steel will become in that area because you are stressing the steel. So each time you sharpen it, it will hold an edge longer. The satin blades do seem to get water spots fairly easily, but I really don't care about that. It's just so nice not having to worry about them rusting. So these are two of the original Aqua Salts, which were released in 2007 and discontinued in 2010. The original Aqua Salts all came with satin blades, black or yellow handles, and straight or serrated edges. The serrated edge like this is called spider edge, and it is crazy sharp. It has a hollow ground blade with a swedge on the spine, and it has a very aggressive point. As you can see, they also have the signature Spyderco hole in the blade here. This particular knife is my absolute favorite out of all the Aqua Salts, but I do think that the plain edge version here is also beautiful. I just love the overall size and the blade shape, and they just have a great balanced look to them. Again, these two models are pretty hard to find now, but luckily Spyderco has brought back two new versions of the Aqua Salt for 2015. So these are the ones that are readily available now. Both the straight edge and the spider edge have a black titanium carbonitride finish, and they only come with black handles for now. I prefer the plain satin finish on the older blades, but the black does look pretty cool too. As for the handle, the yellow handle that you could get on the original model made it easier to find if you dropped it in the water, and I would think that it would be almost impossible to find with a black handle and a black blade. So that's something to consider if you're fishing or scuba diving and intend to use this on the water. Spyderco has said that they may reintroduce the satin blades if there's enough demand, so if you want to see them bring back the original, definitely let them know. The Aqua Salt doesn't have a full tang, as you can see in this picture. It only extends about 3/4 of the way through the handle. The handle is injection molded fiberglass reinforced nylon with a lanyard hole on the end. The handle has what Spyderco calls bi-directional texturing for a secure grip, and it's definitely extremely grippy, but it's also a super comfortable handle. It comes with an injection molded FRN sheath with a multi-position G-clip, and it has great retention. I've actually been using my satin blade Aqua Salts a lot in the kitchen, so I like to think of them as my tactical kitchen knives. To store them, I originally wanted a knife block, but then decided I'd rather save counter space and have them more visible, so I looked at different options for knife magnets and decided on this magnet board from MOC Woodworks. I like that this magnet is encased in wood, so it won't scratch my knives over time, which can happen with metal magnet boards just by taking knives on and off. Even though I tend to use my Aqua Salts the most, I do have an actual kitchen knife collection, which is also made up of all Spydercos, so I'll have to show you each of these more closely at a later time, but at least quickly you can see here how well they stick to the magnet board. I'll put some stats and pricing information for the new Aqua Salts in the description box below this video. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye!